Hello and welcome. I'm going to show you how to actually use CLion, OpenCV, and CmakeList, which will let us include the library OpenCV itself within our projects. The first thing, you can install OpenCV by building it yourself as like on their GitHub. You can search their GitHub and install the source one. As you can see here, you can download the zip and actually rebuild it yourself with, I don't know, CMake GUI or different ways. There's different ways to do, but for simplicity, today I'm going to show you how to install it with a package installer, which is kind of easy in this case, and you won't have to build it yourself and anything related to that. So in this case, I'm using package installer. To install Shoko, it's really easy. Like you have to run a command in your PowerShell. It's not that hard. You just follow the documentation. Everything will be linked like under my comments or description. So in my case, you just have to PowerShell, run it as an administrator in case, And if you want to search for the OpenCV library itself on Shoko, you can go there and search OpenCV. There you go, and you can see the latest version it have. And the easiest way, it's really easy to install it. It's Shoko install OpenCV. There you go. It's going to install it in your case if it's the first time you're doing that. But in my case, I already have it, so I have to force it to reinstall. In this video, we'll have to set up like environment variables for OpenCV, configure CmakeList on CLion or anything related to that. If you're using CmakeList, you can do it like on Microsoft Visual Studio Code or like different software you can use. So in this case, it's installed. You can see the directory where it's installed. We're going to see it if it installed actually the same directory it's showing. So as you can see here, tools, OpenCV, build, yes, we have everything. The package itself is here. So as you can see, it's really easy. So in this case, before like starting with CLion, we'll have to set up the environment variables. You just have to search for environment variable. There you go. After that, you have to go into an environment variable here. And in the first place, we'll have to set up the path variable here, not temporary, but here in like path. You double click it, no problem there. And after you will have to add a new one, which is like I'm going to delete this one, and you'll have to include or like make a new one in your case and actually copy and paste the directory to OpenCV, the bin directory, and if you actually can go there, it's build 64 VC15 bin, and you include it like that. Okay, there's no problem here. So the next step is to set up the system variables, and here it's a little bit harder, I'm gonna lie. You'll have to include OpenCV directory and have to link it to your directory. If it's installed anywhere else, you'll just have to change it to where it's installed for your case. But like for example, I will link everything you need. I mean, I already have a GitHub with like everything formatted. If you want to have a easier reading like that, you can like copy and paste them. It's like a lot easier. After setting up everything correctly, if you have any questions or have any problem, just let me know in the comments. You'll have to click OK, and restart your PC. It's to actually let Windows to apply the changes you made to the environment variable. And after that, when it's installed, OpenCV, you have it, you can close PowerShell, and you can keep this open. So now the goal is to go into CLion. So let me make a new one, project test. There you go. YouTube example. There you go. And we created a new one. In this case, if you want to include any library outside of like CLion and things like that, you will have to use CmakeList. As you can see, a blank project, nothing is linked to it, neither OpenCV or any other library. In the first place, we'll have to change the compiler settings. In this case, you'll have to search for toolchain. And I don't know why, but when I use MinGW with OpenCV, it's not working. So I recommend you to use Visual Studio. And if you want to change the order, you just have to click on the arrow and like actually put it in the first place, and maybe change the architecture for your PC, just see if it's working in your case. So after that, after setting up the toolchain itself, you'll have to search for a plugin called CmakeList. As you can see on marketplace, it's not showing for me because I already have it installed. And CLion, CTest, as you can see, I already installed it. You have to install the CMake plugin itself, before starting. And after installing it, just restart CLion and maybe create a new project to generate a CmakeList.txt. This is the place where we're going to link OpenCV with Cmake and CLion. So here in this case, as you can see, that's a blank example. There's nothing in here. Nothing is linked. They're just like the C++. There's just the C++ standard and things like that. Never forget to actually change the project variable. You'll have to change the variable in your case. So let's say your project is named, I don't know, my personal project. You'll have to change this in your case. If you're copy and pasting my comments from here, my lines from here, you'll have to change the variables. Never forget that. So in the first place, just be sure to have the correct order for this. So in this case, we'll have to set the OpenCV directory, which in this case, for me, it's C tools OpenCV build, and you'll have to configure the module path itself, and to configure where is like the CMake files are located in OpenCV. It's not really interesting to explain every little detail about CmakeList. There's a good documentation if you want to read it. So here you have to find the package, which is like to link it, and after that you include the directories. There you go. Set OpenCV libs, which is going to use the modules we need, and after target link the libraries. There you go, and you can enable auto reload. And as you can see, I forgot to change the project name variable. So let me rename it. Example, there you go. And it's going to restart. There you go, no problem here. So in this case, to be sure that it's working, we're going to use an example from my GitHub. I'm going to link it like under the comments, don't worry. So here it's just like opening a named window. It's loading into Math like an image. It's not on desktop anymore. If I find it's in MISC. So let me just change that real quick. MISC, there you go. So it's going to load the images I need and actually match the template itself. So we can start it and verify if OpenCV is working. As you can see, it's working, no problem there. It's detecting what I really need. So there's no problem here. Normally, if you really need some help, there is a good documentation about the CmakeList and OpenCV, how to link them. Just be sure to actually change the variables if you're copy and pasting things from the comments or like from examples. Just be sure about that. I hope this helps you. If you have any question or need some help, just let me know in the comments. I will try to respond to it. And I wish you good luck. See ya.